If you would like financial freedom, don't let these 5 things hold you back. And number 5 is like a handbrake on a car, which stops you moving forward. Number 1, a big and mighty reason why so many people never reach financial freedom, never create a business or anything which can provide income for them to replace their monthly income, is because they think they're not good enough. You know, this was such a massive shift I was able to make in life by thinking about something God tells us on the first page of the Bible. And this was going from beyond just understanding that I'm a unique, special, created person, to really spending time thinking about it, meditating on the fact that I am created in the image of God. I am unique and I'm special, and so are you. And the more you think about this, the more you remind yourself of this, the greater things you'll be able to do, because you will truly believe in your unique capabilities, your unique abilities. I was talking to someone recently, right? And again, like, I'm made in the image of God, you're made in the image of God, they're made in the image of God. We're all made in God's image. I like to talk about the fingerprints, right? These are our unique identifying markers, and we all have a unique set. That's God's way of showcasing to us that we are all special. But because we live in a world where over and over and over again, we are given this false messaging that no, you are not special, you're just like everybody else. People believe it. They believe that lie from the system, and then they act on it. I was speaking to someone the other day, right? They have the tools. They've bought so many people's products, and they have the knowledge. They have the expertise. But there's something stopping them from moving forward. Now, I wish, in all honesty, I could say this is just one person. But I speak to so many people like this on a regular basis. People that have everything they need in order to succeed, as I like to say. But there's something stopping them. One of the major things which is stopping so many of these people that I speak to is the fact that they really believe they are not good enough. I can give them advice. I can encourage them. I can praise them. I can show them, look, this is what you need to do. But until every individual gets to that point in life where they realize, I'm unique, I'm special, and that's a good thing. Until they get to that point in life where they fully embrace who they are, they dress the way they desire to dress. Not the way they desire to dress in 20 years. They say, no, I'm going to dress the way I desire to dress now. When they go into the avenue, the arena that they know they're supposed to go into, when they think the way they're supposed to think, when they speak the way they're supposed to speak, when they believe the way they're supposed to believe, when they become the person they were uniquely created to be, that is the first shift, a big shift, which will help so many business owners, so many entrepreneurs, so many people who desire more, know that they're made for more, but are finding themselves in an environment where they don't like and they don't desire to stay. Number 2, you think that you should be further ahead, but you're not. I was speaking to my wife recently, and I was talking about times in the past where I've been so focused or fixated, I've been obsessed with the fact that, you know what, I should be somewhere further ahead. I should be somewhere else. Why am I here? And like I said, in that conversation, I'm thinking about times in the past where it's like, yeah, like, I remember when I used to think, you know, I should be somewhere else. And one of the things I said is, I was like, but what if you're right? What if those times you should have been somewhere else? You see, most people allow that feeling, that belief, that thought to cripple and crumble them, because they allow the guilt and the shame of their past failures to stop them from any future prosperity. And they think about all the times where they fumbled and they made a mistake. And one of the things which shifted me out of that sort of thinking, and the thinking that drives me today, is me saying to myself, well, even if you were right all those times in the past, that wasn't what got you out of that situation. What got you out of that situation was saying to yourself, Israel, well, let's say you're right and you are supposed to be somewhere in the future, somewhere better, etc. start walking in that direction. And as I began to walk, and as I walk more and more in that direction, the more I realize I'm getting closer and closer to the destination that God has in store for me. You see, if you think you should be more ahead right now, you're either right or you're wrong. But either way, you need to take the steps in order to get to the place that you see yourself in. You see, I see my business in a certain light. I see it a certain way. In order for me to build the business in that way, I need to take the steps in that direction in order for it to materialize. There's no good me having no products, having no content, having no leads, and being upset and ashamed that there's no content, there's no leads, and there's no sales, etc. There's no people that I've served at a high level who have had a transformation in their life because of the things that I've shared with them and showed them. Those things don't happen from waiting around expecting a miracle. Whether you're right, whether you're wrong, start walking forward in the direction of what you see in the future. I remember having a conversation with one of my brothers maybe like 10 years ago. And I was saying to him that, look, I see these individuals, they're decades ahead of me and they've got all of this stuff. And I was saying to him in this conversation, like, it dawned on me, in order for me, like, I want all that stuff. Or no, the better way to say it is I want all the stuff I see for myself decades down the line. And it was a moment, a period in time where I'd come to the realization, at least to a certain level, in order for me in 50 years to have all of this stuff which I see, I need to start taking the steps today to get closer and closer and closer. There's no miracle moment which is going to take me from where I was then to decades removed with all of the stuff. That's not how this works. And it's the same thing for us today. We need to step forward more and more every single day, doing the things which push us in that direction. That's why I create content like this, because I know this content is not only helping me continue to move forward, but it's also going to transform people's lives who watch this and take the actions. A third thing which stops so many business owners from building success in a way which can provide financially for them on a month-to-month basis is their focus is off. It's on the wrong things. You see, in your business, in the thing that you're doing, there's three things you need to focus on. And really, there's a fourth thing. We've spoken about this already, and it's weaved all the way throughout my content, which is the mindset, right? The stuff that you believe. Because your belief leads to your thoughts, and your thoughts leads to what you say, and what you say leads to what you do, right? So the mindset is riddled all the way throughout all of my content because it's so significant. I would feel like I was doing you a disservice if I didn't continue to speak about mindset in different ways and show you how to break false beliefs which are disempowering you and elevate and allow powerful beliefs to empower you to move forward. In your business, you need to focus on three things. You need to focus on traffic, getting people to find out who you are. You need to focus on leads, getting some of those people to take the next step with you. And also the third thing, which is sales, getting some of those people who find out about you and take the next step with you to pull out their wallets and pay you some money. And this is where so many people get this wrong. Not pay you some money to make you richer. They're paying you money so you can provide a service which helps them solve the problems that they have. So the more you focus on solving their problem and helping them, the happier they will be to pay you. My book, for example, 50 Success Secrets, is $25 plus $7.95 shipping and handling. And that's a small price in comparison to what the book promises. Look, this is going to give you 50 success secrets to show you how to make the next year of your life the best year of your life. These are 50 success secrets that can be applied in all areas of your life. You see, I don't mind someone paying me $25 and $7.95 shipping and handling for that solution, because I know that everybody who buys this book and is following the secret for that week every single day in that week, there's going to come a moment in that year Maybe it's the first month, the second month, the third month, the sixth month, maybe it might even be the 9th month, the 10th month. They're gonna have the aha moment. I realize it's worked and it's working. You see, when I sell my product 24/7 leads, I know that the price that people are paying me for it is peanuts in comparison to leads rolling in 24/7 every single day. And that's what you want to do when you think about selling and serving to your customers. This is why selling becomes so easy. Number 4, working on the wrong things is detrimental in and of itself. But number 4 is when you are just wasting time, right? We have a limited amount of time in the day, right? Every individual has 24 hours in the day. Yes, you can pay people to help you out, which is a wise thing to do. I definitely would recommend you do that. But we can't spend our days wasting time. So for example, I can create this piece of content, or I can choose to watch some piece of content which is entertaining me. Now, there's nothing wrong with watching content which entertains you at a certain time. But when it's time to work, it's time to work. I could spend an evening watching a movie, or I could spend an evening delivering a product which can help people in a great way. And if you're not making any money right now, but you want to make a lot of money, imagine the next time you're watching a movie, that could be an evening where you're delivering a product or a service, which will not only pay you that time, but will pay you every single time someone decides to buy that product or service from you. I've been thinking about this, and I'm probably going to do some sort of video on this or something on this in the future. I keep seeing like this graph, right? And across the graph is time, is starting. Most people, like 95% of the people who fail, don't ever get onto the graph because they haven't started. Starting is so significant. Do you know, merely by starting something, you're ahead of 90% of the people, because most people find themselves wasting time standing at the start line, not doing anything. Merely by making a decision to create content, merely by making a decision to offer a product or a service, you're one step closer to the things that you desire. Number 5, this is so vital. It's fear, it's being afraid. I was speaking to someone recently, and this was a deep convo, but so powerful in so many different ways. You see, the more and more you understand success, the more you want to put yourselves in those sorts of environments. We was having this conversation about cold showers, and I was saying that, you know what, I think I'm getting to a place now where I want to start taking cold showers again. But there was a specific reason why. Fear is what stops most people from realizing their dreams, doing the things that they desire to do. So one of the things I said to myself years ago was, I can't make decisions based on fear. It's not going to be productive naturally, and it's not going to be productive for me spiritually as a Christian, because all the way throughout the Bible, God is encouraging us to have faith. So fear is the enemy of faith. So the more I act in faith and avoid fear, the more God is pleased with me. But it also works out, surprise, surprise, that the more you act according to faith and less fearful you are, the more reward you get in life. So I became very conscious of things that I was afraid of. And I remember I would be in the shower certain times, and I would think about cold showers, and I'd be like, no, I can't do that, etc. Why? Because I was afraid. And I'd catch myself in those moments. So that was one of the first times when I started taking cold showers. And I was explaining in this conversation how all that really is putting yourself in a scenario which you're afraid of and overcoming it. So I decided at that point, you know, I'm just going to start taking cold showers. Like, yeah, there's other benefits, but that really wasn't why I did it. I started doing it at the time because I said to myself, this is something you're afraid to do. And because you're afraid to do it, that's why you need to do it. So as I did it, that fear over time started to go away. And as I thought about this more and more, I continued to think about different areas in my life. Israel, what are you afraid of? Those are the areas, the things that you are afraid of are the areas which are stopping you, which are robbing you from the biggest breakthroughs, the biggest success in your life. So I consciously try to think as much as possible, where are you afraid? What are you afraid of? And do the opposite. Because what I noticed is, it's all the same. It wasn't about the cold shower, and it's not about the cold shower today. What it really is about is me reminding myself that in the moment of fear, you need to move in faith, not allow that faith to disable you and stop you from moving forward. That same anxious feeling that boils up in your heart and in your mind at times when you're afraid, it's the same wherever you are in life. And the more you can look fear in the face and say, I'm not afraid, I believe, I'm faithful, and move forward, the more success you will have in life. So when you're afraid to create content for all the different reasons in the world, but you do it anyway, you get stronger. When you're afraid to offer a product or service, which is your expertise, your skill, when you do it, even if people say no, you're one step closer to people saying yes. This is why you need to start the business and stop being afraid. And if you want to know how to start a business that can get you 10K a month, watch this video right here. We'll show you exactly what to do. Go win, and God bless winners.